Hello there and welcome to Grand Admiral Thrawn 101. Now, he's not necessarily a primary that you're looking to use the Shatter Point on. He doesn't do a ton on his activation. What he brings is a ton of out of activation movement abilities and flexibility for your team. This is also why he only brings 2 force, because he's bringing you a lot of free stuff. So looking at the movement abilities on his battle tactics, which is what I tend to focus on, the first one, very flexible. You can give any Galactic Empire character or any allied character, but if it's Galactic Empire, Mercenary, or Bounty Hunter, they can get a reposition, but then they get a strain token after that. If it's not one of those tags, it's an advance, but still. The other one can be a Galactic Empire supporting unit or secondary unit, and each character gets a dash, but then loses all their hunkers, but you generally don't have hunkers anyway. This is the brutality is the one that generally gets left behind, at least for me. It only is able to give a supporting unit a dash. They have to suffer 2 damage, and it has to be both toward a chosen enemy character. So a little more restrictive, still giving 2 bodies on a support dash, but anyway, I focus on the movement because there's so much there. Sometimes Reckless Gambit, getting some diceless displacement, but at the cost of 3 damage. They do have to be engaged with the character though, so it's a bit niche. The other way that he can add movement to an activation is if you get a order card that you don't want, someone you don't want to activate quite yet, you can reserve them for free. Or if just moving them onto a point would be enough, you don't want them to act or need them to activate, you'd like to reserve them in order to, say, wake someone else up, you can actually spend a force and that unit can remove a damage or a condition from itself and then reposition. So if all you need for that character, they're already counting for control, not wounded, you can just spend a force, give them a full reposition to get them on the point before having another full activation ahead of you. So that's the rundown on Thrawn. I hope you enjoyed, and watch out for the next one.